Hello everyone. So a short video in which we will be deriving the de Broglie wavelength, which is very important as a topic for your CBSE, class 11th chemistry, class 12th physics, JEE and NEET. Though the derivation is not asked too much in these exams at all, but you should know it for concept clarity and for your boards. This is one of the very important derivations which are asked in the board exams as well. So at least for the boards you have to prepare this derivation well. Okay, so let us prepare this derivation. Okay, just a second, there is a alright, so let us prepare the derivation, understand it, how to derive it. Okay, so de Broglie wavelength derivation came from a de Broglie postulate which stated that nature loves symmetry. Nature loves symmetry means if waves, if electromagnetic waves had a dual nature, that means they behaved as a wave as well as a particle. This was electromagnetic wave in the sense we are talking about light. So matter, any sort of matter, which is we are talking about electrons, protons, etc., they will also behave like a wave and behave like a particle. Now we already knew that electron and protons are particle, but to prove their wave nature, de Broglie gave a de Broglie wavelength. Okay, so let us quickly understand how to derive the de Broglie wavelength. From this postulate only we will be learning it. Okay, alright. So if we say nature loves symmetry, that means the energy. Okay, this is derived from the energy. Energy, if both particles and matter are equated, because both have a dual nature, then the energy associated with light, particle of light, which is basically the photon, should be the energy which is associated with the particle here, which is the electron. Okay, the energy of the photon was given by Planck. Okay, Max Planck gave the energy of photon in the Planck's quantum theory, and it was h nu, where h is the Planck's constant and nu is the frequency of the radiation. Whereas energy of the electron was given by Einstein in his relation of mc square. E is equal to mc square. This was given by Albert Einstein. Okay, Albert Einstein. Okay, so let's relate these two and we will be able to get the derivation. So you know your h nu is equal to mc square. Okay, why are we doing this equation of energy is because waves and particles are symmetric, they will behave similarly. So energy associated with the light wave, which is the photon particle, will be same as the energy associated with the electron particle, which is the matter. So h nu is mv square. Now you should know that nu, you have learned it in electromagnetic waves, is equal to c by lambda, where lambda is the wavelength. Okay, so if we need to find out the wavelength, de Broglie wavelength, then we will have to find out lambda. So we have to do something with frequency only. So let's keep frequency here and we do this mc square by h. Now your nu is c by lambda. Put this as c by lambda is equal to mc square by h. Okay, mc square by h is your c by lambda. So what is your lambda? Lambda is your, we just transported here, lambda into mc square is equal to hc, and lambda hence is equal to hc by mc square. Okay, hc by mc square. Now the c and c square gets cancelled, so your lambda turns out to be h by mc. Now just a reminder to you that c is what? C is the speed or velocity of light. Okay, now we can replace c with v, no, because in light we are talking about c as the velocity. For a particle, velocity will be v, any arbitrary velocity. It need not be the speed of light. So we'll just replace this c by v. So instead of c we will put v. So lambda is equal to h by mv. This is not any disturbance, okay, because c is the velocity and of light. That was a particular case, so we are taking the general case now. We are replacing it with the velocity of the general particle, that is v. So what is v? V is your velocity. Simple. Okay, so lambda is equal to h by mv. And what is mv? Mv is mass into velocity. Mass into velocity is your momentum. Mass into velocity is momentum, which is denoted by p. So lambda is equal to h by p, which is equal to h by mv. Another formula that we should know for lambda is h by under root 2mk. Now try to understand why am I writing it like this. We are just changing the denominator. See, what is k? K is your kinetic energy. Okay, k is your kinetic energy. Okay, what is the formula of kinetic energy? Half mv square. Alright, so what will be mv square from here? 2k mv square will be equal to, take the 2 here, it will be equal to 2k, isn't it? Now what I can do is, if I want to take a root this side, let me just multiply this side by m and multiply this side by m. That doesn't make a difference if you are carrying a same operation and maths in both the sides. Okay, suppose you are adding, multiplying, you have to do it in both the sides, then it's a very correct mathematical operation. So this is going to be m square v square is equal to 2mk. Now remove the square, this will be a mv whole square because both have a square, so this can be written as mv whole square is 2mk. So mv is equal to under root 2mk. Alright, that's why we have written this mv as under root 2mk. Okay, that is why mv is written as under root 2mk. Okay, how to understand this? Kinetic energy is half mv square. From this you get the value of mv. What will be the value of mv? That will be root 2mk. That's a simple thing. One more formula is there, that is, it is also written as h by under root 2m ev naught. Alright, try to understand, we have replaced the k with ev naught. K has been written as ev naught. Why has this been done? Simple thing, you already know from your study of photoelectric effect that your kinetic energy is directly proportional to V naught. What is V naught? V naught is the stopping potential. V naught is the stopping potential. Kinetic energy is directly proportional to stopping potential. With stopping potential is what? The potential at which the current, photoelectric current, will be zero. That is stopping potential. Okay. And from our studies of the experiments of photoelectric effect, we have understood that kinetic energy is directly proportional to stopping potential. And the equational constant that we put is E. E is the charge of electron simply. So K is equal to EV naught comes from here. So if you have K in any expression, you can, in main cases of the photoelectric effect, you can substitute it by EV naught. Okay, where V naught is your stopping potential, which is the potential difference at which the current of this photoelectric effect will become zero. Okay, so that's how your de Broglie wavelength, hence, okay, which is the wavelength of an electron generally. This is valid for matter and electrons. Okay, matter and electrons, this is valid. So this wavelength is of the formula lambda is h by p. That means it is inversely proportional to momentum. Momentum is mv, h by mv. Mv can be written as root 2 mk. I have told you how. This we have discussed. So h by under root 2 mk, and kinetic energy is directly proportional to stopping potential. So it is written as ev naught. So that is h by under root 2 m ev naught. The main thing to remember is this lambda, de Broglie wavelength, is inversely proportional to momentum. If you remember this, you will be able to understand it very well. That de Broglie wavelength is inversely proportional to momentum and equated by the Planck's constant. That is the main thing. Okay, and this is for matter, that is an electron. We have understood how to derive de Broglie wavelength. Okay, the whole thing I have summed up here. Let me just quickly minimize it so that you can take a screenshot. It will become too small actually, so you can take the screenshot in the video only, like this. This is the first part, then this is your second part, and this is just to show that your momentum mv is equal to under root 2mk. Okay, so this is your derivation. With that, we are done with this. Thank you so much for being here in this video. Stay subscribed to the channel. We are already doing a crash course for ISO aptitude test and also for NEET and JEE, biology, chemistry and maths. Physics videos are also coming. Okay, daily dose of GK questions are also being done on this channel, and superb tricks for your exams are also being shared. This channel is a hub for everything. Please subscribe it and share it with your friends as well. Comment what you want next. Any topic is fine as per your requirements. Even English, we are open to teaching English on this channel as well. Okay, thank you so much for being here. Take care, stay safe.